Hello, it's me, Sarah, and today I want to talk to you about some of the kindest acts that have been done for me. And I'll tell you just what makes them so special and why they're more precious to me than any gift or any material thing that I've got. Now I'm going to get sensitive on you. I'm going to get all serious and mushy and weepy, and the floodgates are probably going to open and I'm going to be like bawling, so I'll probably have to edit a lot of me crying out of this video. But if you don't like those kinds of sappy, sweet, awesome videos with lots of heart in them, then you don't have to watch this. You know, you can go watch something else that's not important. And the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is my friend Dylan. I haven't talked to Dylan in a while. Hello, Dylan. But we were talking a while back, I'd probably say about a month ago, through emails, and we were discussing some serious issues, and I was talking to him about my Grandma Jane, who's like my hero, and I just respect her so much, and I just want so much to be just like her. I admire how faithful she was and just the way that she spoke to people about God. She was just an incredible person. And I was telling Dylan about her and how I want to be just like her. And he emailed me back and he said that I was already on my way and that she would be really, really proud of me. And that was probably one of the best compliments that I have ever received. Just to even think that I'm coming close to her in some way is just like awesome for me. My good friend Alex Burke, who passed away March 2nd, had been talking to me months before. We used to talk almost every single night, sometimes for 4, 5, 6 hours. I remember one night we talked 9 hours. We would always talk about really serious issues, so we really got to know each other. And I remember one day waking up, and throughout the day, Alex kept sending me poem after poem after poem. I think he ended up sending me like 4 poems. And I remember showing them to Mom and being so excited, because I had never had a guy send me poetry, especially poetry that was just as beautiful and as heartfelt as the poetry that he wrote for me. And in all of his poems, he referred to me as his angel. And I still have all of those poems, and I read them over and over again, because they just mean so much to me. One of my best friends in the whole entire universe responded to an email that I sent her. I think it was for Christmas. Now, like on Christmas and for her birthday and special occasions, I like to send my friends really mushy, long emails telling them how much I love them and just why I love them, how special they are. And she responded to one last Christmas saying that she actually prayed that we would always be close friends like we are now. Something about that email just like stuck in my head, and of course I had to save it, and it made me tear up just to know that she cared about me so much that she actually prayed that we would always be friends. It was just like, oh, makes me all teary right now. It's okay though, I'm holding it down. Raina, another one of my best friends in the whole world, Gina's sister, wrote me a story not long ago, and she finished it like in October, I think, and I love that story, and I decided one week that I was going to make a music video for the story. It was the second music video that I'd made for that story because I'm completely obsessed with it. It took forever to film, it took forever to edit, and I sent it to her, and she reviewed it, of course, and in the review, she said that I was one of the best friends that anybody could ever have. And because I'm a complete sap, of course, I saved that too. And I teared all up. I was like, oh. And yeah, I know that's really corny, but it was just awesome. And I go back and I read it sometimes, and it always makes me smile. Lastly, my Grandma Jane's funeral. Now, I hadn't cried at all up until that point. I hadn't cried when she was dying because I was like trying to be strong and comfort everybody else, and I hadn't cried on the way there. I hadn't cried when I saw all the family members come in. And when we got there to the funeral home, or to the church where they were holding the funeral, I sat in between 2 of my cousins, one of which was my cousin Sophie, and she was born a little bit slower than everybody else, and she went to a special school, but I have always known that she is so much smarter than everybody gives her credit for, and she just gets picked on a lot. It just really bothers me. But I have always known that she's, you know, smarter than everyone thinks. And during the middle of the service, I started to break down. And I hadn't broken down at all, so it was like it was just all coming to a head, like all finally, you know, being put into perspective, and I was realizing that my grandma was actually gone. And I'll never forget, I guess Sophie saw me starting to break down and really starting to cry and tear up, and she grabbed my hand and she squeezed it really, really tight, and I looked up at her and she was just smiling at me. And she smiled at me for a little while, and for some reason it just really, really calmed me down and kept me from having a huge breakdown. Okay, now I'm breaking down. It was probably one of my fondest memories, probably the sweetest thing that anybody's ever done for me. I'm okay, and I will definitely never forget that. So there you have it, my sweetest memories, and the things in life that keep me smiling like this. If you want to share maybe one of your most precious memories or something really awesome that's happened to you, you can leave a comment in the comment section or post a video response. So I hope you enjoyed this video and didn't think it was boring. So until next time, bye.